The Denver Broncos will be back on the field this week for OTAs on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. And here are three storylines on the offensive side of the ball that we're going to have our eyes on at practice this week. Now, this is still the voluntary portion of the team's offseason program. Players are not mandated to be there, but expect a large portion of attendance to be intact here for the Broncos. I expect almost everybody to be there, maybe outside of a couple of guys. But overall, let's take a look first and foremost. Number one, we're going to get our first look at the rookies implementing in with the veteran players. So R.J. Harvey, Pat Bryant are going to get their first looks here to be able to work with Bo Nix and company. And then I think, another element to this is the running back competition. Audric Estime, Jaleel McLaughlin, Tyler Bidet, Blake Watson are all going to factor into the equation here alongside Harvey. So how will that look initially to start? Even though there's going to be no contact, no pads, we get our first look. This is where the competition really begins, and then it accelerates through training camp when the pads come on, the preseason, and then the decisions will be made there. Number two, what is the vision here for undrafted offensive lineman Clay Webb? Now that his legal issues have been cleared up, obviously the lawsuit that was ongoing has been dismissed. Could he be a potential gem here for the Broncos? But what is the vision for him? Is it at center potentially, where Luke Wattenberg is penciled in right now as the starter? Alex Forsythe proved to be a capable backup when filling in last year. But then also, Ben Powers, starting left guard, has 2 years left on his deal. He'll account for $17.4 million against the cap here this season. So he seems to be locked in for the next 2 years here for the Broncos, a potential out next year. But could Clay Webb be a potential piece in waiting if the vision for him is as a guard? Can he develop here for 2 years in Sean Payton's system under Zach Strief and maybe step in a year from now, 2 years from now? Or could he be a key backup player at this position going into 2025? We'll keep our eyes on that. And then third and lastly here of our third storyline to watch, will there be any progress on the contract extension talks here for wide receiver Courtland Sutton? Yes, Sutton is entering the final year of his deal with the Denver Broncos, and he's Bo Nix's top target, his go-to guy, and it would be foolish for the Broncos to not keep him around. I mean, obviously for him, he's put up 18 touchdowns combined in the last 2 seasons. He probably won't get anywhere near like CeeDee Lamb or Justin Jefferson, Jamar Chase money. I don't think he's even asking for that, but he is a reliable playmaker. And the pieces that the Broncos have added offensively with Evan Ingram at tight end, even adding Pat Bryant in the NFL draft alongside Devon Vele, Troy Franklin, Marvin Mims, maybe even a guy like A.T. Perry getting involved in the mix as well. Hopefully you'll have more one-on-one opportunities instead of Courtland Sutton have to get bracket covered by everybody last year. Having more weapons opens up more one-on-ones for him. And obviously the Broncos, they're still trying to finalize their rookie contracts. Jahdae Barron has not yet signed his rookie deal. They're working on that. He will participate under an injury protection agreement. If there is no deal by the time OTAs begins Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, he signed that back at rookie minicamp, so he is protected. But when you look at Sutton, just a key piece here for Bo Nix. And Denver, George Paton told us before the NFL draft that contract extension talks would resume after the draft concludes. Those talks could already be ongoing, but Denver still has to not only take care of Courtland Sutton, but Nick Bonitto, Zach Allen, John Franklin Myers potentially as another option here. So will there be any progress on that? Will we see something before training camp? We're going to have our eyes on that this week on the offensive side of the ball as the Broncos begin OTAs. Check out all the coverage at milehighsports.com and also podcast coverage at Locked On Broncos.